Hey guys, how's it going? Favorite book peddler, Phil Monteleone. If you haven't, I hope you like and subscribe to my book peddler YouTube channel. You can stay up to date on book buys, in-store, out-store activity, large book hauls and picks, business selling experiences, whole mess stuff all surrounding my life as a used bookseller in the sticks of upstate New York, Smithville Flats. I do most of the reading around here, but anyhow, it's a good little town. I just I didn't just get back. This is a recap video as to my experiences on the road. For those of you who followed me along on my journey, I appreciate the support. And if you missed any of it, I did a travel vlog series. I was all around down south, buying and selling, visiting bookstores. I learned a tremendous amount on the road. I was like a sponge, just soaking up information. I'd like to share some of my experiences with you guys. And then also I will clip over at the end to show you what I'm doing in the shop. I'm changing up the whole shop. Since I've been back, I've been working very diligently at this. So I think my customers are going to love it. It's going to be more comfortable, and I'm really excited about that. And I will open back up on June 4th, which is a Saturday, and I will run a live stream. I'll try to interact with you guys a little bit. I'll be showing you the new shop. You'll see customer interaction probably, and I'll try to pay attention to some of your comments and get back to you. And it should be a good time. I'm just going to let it run live, and you guys, maybe you'll enjoy it. So since I got back, my sign broke in half. Now it just says the book up there. I'm going to have to take that down, and I'll piece it together and then probably mount it on a wall in here. So Steve Forjak's up the road of Brick House Salvage and Antiques made me that sign. Thank you, Steve. It's withstood 8 years, so the time has come, and the storm just took her down. So what can you do? But anyhow, guys, all right. Before I start this video, special thanks to everybody on the road. I met a bunch of you subscribers. You guys were all awesome. It was a great experience. It was nice to meet people face to face. I didn't get to meet everybody, and so hopefully next go around we can link up. But it was a really wonderful time meeting you guys, and special thanks to my friends down in Florida and family, of course, along the way, but to Eric and Jamie and their family for putting me up, and all the great people I met during my time in Florida. I met some great friends, and I miss you guys, man. If you're watching this, love you, miss you, and I look forward to getting back there and seeing you guys in the future. So, and of course, special thanks to my parents. My mom and dad operated the internet shop while I was gone, so I set up it so that they could find the material easy enough and taught them how to ship. So I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. If you're watching, shout out to my parents. And, if you didn't get something shipped properly, you let me know, and I'm going to dock their pay. So, hey, good luck with that, right? But anyhow, so that's what I got to say. Love my experience seeing everybody. I do miss the road, but it does feel good to be back. I got a lot of energy going at it into this year. So I took just a couple quick notes. This is going to be really free flowing off the top of my head. Forgive me for the overdue video, but I learned a lot. All these shops, I visited a lot of bookstores. And there's a lot of different templates of selling and how they make their sales. Some are donation only. Some were large book barns. Some were more so specialty, general stores, antiquarian stores. A guy like Randy Elder from Tennessee, who's been in the business. He's been buying books since he was 9 years old with his dad. He's 78 now. The guy I didn't even see any what we call filler material. Everything was just beautiful. I aspire to that position at some point. It was really wonderful. And one thing that I picked up on is in that I've been mulling in my head for a while as well, because I've had discussions with people that I would consider more so mentors in a sense, is to kind of specialize. So there's a couple particular fields that I'm going to expand upon, and I'm going to invest in myself to learn more about the market in these fields, and I enjoy them immensely. So it's the avenue I'm going to go towards. I'm in New York State. I want to do more with New York State. I love American history, so I want to do more early American material and stuff. Another thing that I learned, and that caught onto, was that a lot of book dealers, not that they're fully shifting, but they have heavily implemented um, ephemera. A lot of them do paper shows. One in particular at the St. Petersburg Fair says that he makes most of his money now on ephemera and magazines. Now, why is this? Well, I tend to think it's because ephemera, these paper items, say tobacco trading cards or sheet music or different engravings, maps and stuff. They're papered material. A lot of them are scarce and rare. They survived. A bunch of them you can kind of almost set your own price at. And so I'm as well going to expand into that field a bit more heavier. Great selling platforms for some of the stuff like Etsy or eBay. So anyhow, I'm not going to, by the way, get into all details of the changes I'm going to be implementing in here and different avenues I'm going down. It would be a forever video. So, but one thing that I did notice, so that's one thing that I picked up is that direction a bit more. But one thing that I did notice is that, and I could be mistaken, but I didn't see it on your sites, that they're not really, a lot of them aren't really utilizing the social media free marketing platforms that we have access to today. And no matter what kind of business you're in, I know a lot of it is oversaturated. But if you can find that unique angle or do it better than the next guy, or people can connect with you, they like who you are, or they think they do, I don't know. But it's a great way, and it undoubtedly how I've been expanding upon my business, and I will continue to utilize it. And some of them were very impressed by it. They said, keep going on this route. This is a good thing you're doing here. And I absolutely will. And so I will be selling and experimenting with new ways to sell through these platforms, actually. Long story short. And I think that a lot of these guys on the trip, mostly at the St. Petersburg sale, but book dealers in general, they like to talk about the day before the internet. And I get it. I mean, they were making a lot more money then. They now a book that they could sell for $15, there's 50 of them out there, and you can get it for $5. It's definitely affected the brick and mortar store, but they dwell on it a lot, and very kind of negative attitude sometimes. And again, I get it, but I don't think they're utilizing the new tools that they have access to today, like they could be doing. And maybe they don't have to be doing, because they're so well established at this point. But as a basically a self-employed person, or entrepreneurial people, you have to be able to problem solve and adapt and overcome certain things. And I think that is one of the key points of being in business for yourself, one of the key traits you have to have. And so, I mean, I don't want to say they've given up on it or anything. They love what they do and they continue to do it. One guy looked at me crazy. He's like, this what you do for a living? That just books, nothing else? Like, well, yeah, isn't that what you did? So why can't I? I'm not eating lobster every night, but I'm all right. Another thing that I noticed is I have yet to run into a book dealer with a brick and mortar that had an exit plan. And one of my buddies, brother Bob out there, he's talked with me about this as well. I mean, there's really no young strapping stud like myself coming in to purchase the business off of these guys, or that they can relinquish it to or work out some type of deal. A lot of them don't seem to have an exit plan. And I do have youth on my side. I realize that, but it is good to start planning and thinking ahead for those moments of when they eventually are going to come. So, again, a lot of different templates and different ways to sell. I believe that the specialty thing is kind of the way to go, and to be known in a particular field and to be an expert in that field. I think that is important to do these days. Now let me see if I some of these notes here, guys. And if you're enjoying this video, I hope you like it. Leave me a little comment. I guess the other thing that I wanted to touch upon was book selling during a recession period. Now, I haven't experienced like a heavy recession period during my business and whatnot, so it'll be very interesting to me. I'm not exactly sure what to expect, but I am in kind of a novelty business, right? I mean, if people can't eat, they can't eat a book, you know? So, but the one thing that I do tend to believe that will hold true, and where there will be opportunities for booksellers out there and buyers, is that during times like these is when stuff may come up to market that normally would not. So you have to be ready for it. And I really do believe that unique and rare will always hold a particular value. There will always be people with money, and if their thing is collecting books, if they're hardcore book collectors, they will pay for them. You know, if there's only 2 out on the market or something, or maybe you have the only unique piece or whatever that may be, I do believe it's going to cost you a little bit more, but you got to be ready for it to make the purchase, and maybe to be a little bit more tight in certain areas, more selective, more resourceful, learn how to cut costs. I mean, every year I'm changing the template or adjusting it to adapt and overcome things. And I've talked a little bit about this now, but like they say, you know, when there's blood on the street, some people get very rich, you know, not saying I'm gonna get rich or you out there might either, but opportunities do come up. Like opportunities to even purchase businesses or catch stocks on the way down. You know, timing's very important, but just be ready, because I think more opportunities will open up in the field. So that's what I got to say about that, I guess. And I think that about sums it up. I really enjoyed my trip. It was excellent. I had a wonderful time. I will be doing it again. I'm really excited to get this shop open soon. And again, a reminder, Saturday, June 4th is when I will be opening and doing the live stream. So I'd invite you all to join me. And so I hope I didn't miss anything. But it was a wonderful trip. I'm always learning a lot and trying to soak up information like a sponge from these people. And it's definitely given me an interesting outlook and refinement as to what I'm doing. And it really got the gears in my head going. You know something? I actually had time to sit down and also put ideas out on paper of new plans and solutions to old problems, and how to figure out some different things. And I believe I'm going in the right direction. And I'm going to stick with this, and I will be successful. For one, I'm too stubborn to quit to begin with. Anybody that knows me knows that. And so I love what I do. I will always sell books in one capacity or another. So there you have it. You know, Book Peddler's here to stay, and that's all there is to it. So, okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to clip over so I could briefly show you what's going on in the shop. And that Saturday, June 4th, you will get the tour of what I've done to the shop. And I invite you to join me on the live stream. So, all right. Hey, take care out there. We'll see you next time. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to take you through the process of what I'm doing here. I'm recreating, redesigning my space in here. What I did was I took the table out of here, and I'm able to fit 2 more double-sided shelves to replace it. It's going to be a little bit tighter in the aisles, but again, I don't have a mob of people coming in, you know, on a regular basis. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a nice space in the back, and I'm reducing and refining some of these sections and expanding upon the ones that I do well with, such as these hunting, fishing, firearm books. They're going to the front because I have by the front window a lot of them, so they're going to go on here. But you know, the thing is it's taking up retail space basically. I don't sell like these how-to books at all. I don't sell a lot of gardening or cookbooks. So what I'm doing is I'm going to kind of do a combination of them, because they kind of go with the pioneering homesteading books that I do well at. But I'm being very particular when I select. So like back here I'm getting rid of all of the all these commonly printed books. I sell them for $2 a piece. You know, they can go up to Steve's. They're fresh. I have people that buy them, but you know, I'd rather put nicer material up here and refine my collection down. So back here is where I'm creating a workspace. Now, like with the gardening books, like some of these I'm keeping, but some of them, you know, they're just not, people aren't interested in some of these things, like the more technical books. Some of them are beat up. You know, here's a funny one. Look at that guy. I was picking on this guy. His picture just looks funny. Sure, I'll watch your kids this evening. So anyhow, you know, like stuff like that, I'm just going to donate and get rid of. They're not really worth a lot of cash, and there's not a lot of interest. So I'm just refining down the space. One thing that I've learned, like that case is going to go in the back. I want to expand the antiquarian. These cases are going back. I'm going to keep these back here, but I'm also going to be adding to stuff that I think is going to be more appealing. All right, don't get scared of the wild hair. But one thing, I was watching guys who sell like luxury items, say like Rolex watches or Lamborghinis or whatever. They're talking about creating an experience for the buyer. Now, people buying those higher end items, I want to give them a space that's more comfortable and presentable back here, where they can sit with a book. Like I'm going to buy one of those really nice museum quality book cradles, okay? So that they can set the book in it. They don't have to worry about breaking the spines or anything, and they can actually look through it and be at peace in a way. You know, have some nice little things back here visibly that's appealing to the eye. Maybe a nice early flag on the wall, some art, some, you know, beautiful things, some maps, things of that nature that you can purchase as well, and it all flows together. I will be expanding on ephemera as well. There's a number of things, but I think it is important to create that better environment for buying experience. At least this is what I've come to terms with. So I've been getting a lot of stuff out of here that really is just filler, and I still will have some filler, so to say, but I just want to continue to refine the shop. I'm working with limited space, so I think though that when you come in, you're going to now have, you know, that line of shelving. Basically, I didn't have enough space to put a double one over here, but I think it's going to be very presentable, and in the back there'll be a comfortable area where you can look at your books, and there'll be rare books. I think my customers are going to enjoy it more, and I'm going to enjoy it more. I'm in this shop a lot, so I'm also creating this space for myself, so I can sit down and either, you know, do my videos, do the books. I've been trying to purchase another building, and it's the market is up everywhere, and people are definitely pricing their stuff really high. But I would like to at some point create this into a completely like an antiquarian bookshop, and the other one will be where I can unload book hauls, process them, have individuals in there working to process them, put them online, and I can also stage an area for people to go in and buy as well. So anyhow, that's what I'm doing here. Got to switch hands. Maybe I'll get a haircut. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm refining my shop. I'm very excited about it. I'll open at the end of this month, and I'll do a live video, and I'll take you in the shop first, and then I'll set up the camera. I'll show you the flow of people, and just let it run live basically, and you can see we're going to be cooking food and having a good time. So anyways, guys, I'm going to close out this video. And thank you for, you know, following me on my travel vlog. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know some of you did. And I'm going to continue on with these and having some fun in the old book trade. So, hey, wherever you're at, I hope you're well, and I'll see you on the next video.